Daredevil's superior senses and skills, martial arts, and darkness. Imagine a world that is dark but not empty. It's alive with sounds, vibrations, smells, and feelings sharper than anything we can comprehend. This is the world of Matt Murdoch, Daredevil. By day, a blind lawyer fighting for justice in Hell's Kitchen. By night, a vigilante warrior who, despite his lack of sight, outmaneuvers criminals with awe-inspiring precision. Daredevil's abilities are nothing short of extraordinary, but they aren't tied to superhuman powers in the usual sense. Instead, they stem from a heightened connection to the world around him, a perfect fusion of honed instincts, relentless discipline, and unparalleled martial skill. In this video, we're diving deep into Daredevil's heightened senses and physical prowess, exploring what makes him a nightmare for his enemies. We'll also pit his raw fighting style against Batman's calculated approach, offering a thought-provoking contrast between two iconic street-level heroes. For martial arts lovers, Daredevil is not just a superhero, he is pure, skillful combat personified. Every great legend begins with tragedy, and Daredevil is no exception. As a boy, Matt Murdoch lost his sight in a chemical accident after selflessly saving an elderly man. The same chemicals that blinded him also heightened his remaining senses to superhuman levels. But let's be clear, Matt didn't become Daredevil just because of an accident. His transformation was built on years of pain, training, and raw determination. At the core of Daredevil's power is his radar sense. It's not traditional eyesight, but a system of echolocation where sound waves bounce off objects, providing a 360-degree mental map of the world around him. Darkness is no obstacle. Daredevil sees in ways most of us can't begin to imagine. Add to that his enhanced hearing, capable of isolating specific sounds in chaos, and a sense of touch so acute he can feel ink on a printed page. His heightened smell and taste allow him to detect deception or track someone like a bloodhound. Complementing these sensory abilities is his superhuman agility, perfectly balancing acrobatics and fluid movement honed through endless practice. These gifts make Daredevil not only a capable fighter, but an unpredictable one. His awareness extends beyond the punch or kick. It's a complete sensory connection to every moment of combat. Daredevil isn't just about heightened senses. He is a pure martial artist, blending skill, instinct, and discipline. Trained by Stick, a blind martial arts master, Daredevil's technique is rooted in diverse fighting styles, from boxing to ninjutsu, judo to Muay Thai. In a fight, he doesn't just overpower his opponents, he outthinks them, adapting to their movements, as if he can predict their actions before they make them. Unlike heroes who rely on strength or brute force, Daredevil thrives in close combat. He is fast, precise, and devastating. He'll use the environment around him, taking full advantage of his radar sense to trap his enemies in a world they don't understand, one without visibility. Whether armed with his iconic billy clubs or bare fists, Daredevil's battles are a dance of improvisation and mastery where every blow lands with purpose. One of Daredevil's most captivating qualities is his vulnerability. He doesn't have invulnerability or healing powers. Every punch he delivers costs him just as much as the hits he takes. Yet he pushes through pain, embodying the true spirit of a fighter, resilience in the face of overwhelming odds. For martial arts lovers, Daredevil serves as the embodiment of discipline and adaptability. Daredevil's world is not some distant alien planet or futuristic city. It's gritty, raw, and grounded in Hell's Kitchen, a neighborhood as much a part of his legend as his own abilities. This environment shapes his fighting style. Unlike high-tech or polished heroes, Matt thrives in the chaos of the streets. He embraces its unpredictability, using fire escapes, alleyways, and rooftops to his advantage. Hell's Kitchen also defines Daredevil's enemies. Rather than aliens or monsters, he clashes with street-level threats, like armed thugs, drug dealers, or corrupt officials. This makes his battles intensely relatable. It's not about saving a planet, it's about saving a single block, a single person. This immediacy in his fights strips away any artifice, leaving only raw, visceral combat grounded in reality. For decades, fans of gritty urban heroes have debated Daredevil and Batman, two street-level legends with vastly different approaches to combat and justice. Both are human, grounded by their imperfections and driven by deep personal loss. Yet their philosophies and styles couldn't be more different. Batman is a master strategist, meticulously planning his every move. Armed with state-of-the-art gadgets, from batarangs to grappling hooks, he operates with military precision and an arsenal of resources. His approach to combat is premeditated, analyzed, and calculated. Every strike is part of a greater strategy. Daredevil, in contrast, relies almost entirely on instinct. His radar sense and heightened awareness push him into a state of constant improvisation. Where Batman observes, calculates, and attacks, Daredevil listens, feels, and reacts. It's the difference between the trained tactician and the skilled brawler. This isn't to say Daredevil is unplanned. He too prepares for his missions, but his power comes from living in the moment, adapting with the split-second agility of a predator. Batman carries tools, Daredevil is the tool. For martial arts fans, this dichotomy is fascinating. Strategy versus instinct, precision versus raw skill, darkness versus senses. Daredevil's abilities set him apart, but it is his emotional depth that makes him so compelling. His combat scenes are never just fights, they are reflections of internal struggles. Matt is constantly at war with himself, torn between his Catholic guilt and his thirst for justice. This emotional weight enhances the immediacy of his fights. You feel every punch and kick because they don't come from anger alone. They stem from a mission, a cause, a need to protect. His blindness isn't just a disability, it's his greatest strength. By being deprived of sight, Daredevil sees human struggles in ways no one else can. His greatest battles come not from any physical limitation but from his constant push to transcend them. Love, hate, guilt, hope. These forces fuel every move he makes, adding a layer to his fights that resonates with our own emotional struggles. For modern martial artists, this embodies the true essence of combat. Not just the physical mastery of fighting, but the mental and emotional discipline behind every movement. Daredevil's fights are metaphors for perseverance in the face of overwhelming darkness. Daredevil's on-screen portrayals have brought his world to life in ways that captivate martial arts enthusiasts. His fight scenes, particularly the now iconic hallway battles, have redefined street-level combat choreography. These sequences aren't just flashy or over-choreographed, they're grounded, realistic, and unrelenting. They showcase his endurance, pain tolerance, and the ferocity of his training. In these fights, every punch matters. Every gasp of air echoes the exhaustion Daredevil feels. The camera rarely cuts away, forcing you to experience the full weight of the battle. For martial artists, these are masterclasses in how choreography can combine technique and raw emotion to tell a story. Daredevil doesn't fight for style, he fights to survive. While other heroes obliterate armies single-handedly, Daredevil's victories come at a cost, his bruises and blood encapsulating his humanity. In these moments, you don't just watch Daredevil fight, you feel him fight. In a world crowded with superheroes who fly, crush buildings, and control elements, Daredevil stands apart. His abilities are grounded, his fighting style is human, his triumphs are earned. In this simplicity lies his power. Daredevil teaches us that strength isn't just about muscles, technology, or powers, it's about awareness, adaptation, and resilience. For martial arts enthusiasts, he is a symbol of turning weakness into strength, of finding empowerment in discipline and connection to the world around you. As we wrap up this exploration of Daredevil's superior senses and skills, one truth stands clear. Whether in the dark alleys of Hell's Kitchen or the bright spotlight of superhero pop culture, Daredevil reminds us that true combat doesn't come down to what you can see, it's about what you can feel.